Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Hope everyone is having an amazing weekend so far. I got a poll. Are you enjoying this weather? Is this your type of weather or are you like, no? I've actually been doing pretty good. I went to boot camp this morning. And when I got through, I was like, I don't feel like going in the house. So then I went for a walk. Got me 1 mile in out there and it was like 18 degrees. But the thing is to keep moving. I missed you all so much last week right here on the lab. It wasn't a show Saturday. Hey, Justin, I see you. I'm edging just a minute. But Friday, I did a special edition with author Marshall Short. Her book is entitled, that's coming out, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And she shared with us important information for after you pass away, just how to get things lined up in order now. And I'll be honest, I called to check on my life insurance policies, honey. It was in my previous marriage name, and I hadn't changed the address. I was like, oh wow. So I got it set up to where my car would be left to, and so I haven't got the book in my hands, but just from the knowledge from that video, it gave me a little point to start working on. So make sure you all go and watch that. It's actually available now on YouTube at the Life After with BrandiJ. But right now I'm going to bring my guest on. Let's add Mr. Justin and add Mr. Justin is going to be in us here today. And we are so excited to have him. We had a practice run last night, and it gave us the double H hockey sticks, but today it works.
Hey, what's up, Brandy? What's going on?
How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
It worked the first time.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah, he will.
He tried it yesterday. He didn't want us to get that together for today, but the devil is a lie, honey. We got it in and we are live. And I want to I see you, Kelly, tuned in. I want to thank you all that's tuning in so far. So right now, we're going to get started. I'm going to let you all know Justin is someone I have never met in person. I'll be honest. And yesterday was the first time I ever heard his voice. But yes, he is someone that's on Facebook. And I always admire positive Black men, someone that's always putting positive words out there and affirmations and just things. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask him to be on my show. And he said yes. So guess what? I don't know anything about Justin. So we're going to get to learn about him, his testimony. But Justin, one way I always start off my show, I always want to give people their flowers, because a lot of times we do things at the funeral and you never get to tell that person that while they're here. And so
absolutely,
one thing I liked about you, I remember one time you had put something out there, and I remember I had inboxed you and I was like, I think I told you I appreciate what you had wrote or something like that. And I liked your return comment. You was like, thank you, queen, or whatever, sister, but me and the queen, we finna head out on a date night, this, and this. And I was like, you know what? That's a solid man. Because you could easily be like, oh, I'm finna go give me something to eat, I'm gonna hit you back, or thank you. You could have went all the way, but you kept character. And I think that is so a beautiful for you to not just have her back in her face, but behind her back, to be a man of character. And so I just want to give you kudos for that. Like I said, I don't know much about you, but I did appreciate that. If more men did that, because you can network with people of the opposite sex, but as long as you keep everything in decency and order, then that's the most important part. So I just want to give you kudos. Kudos that she had an amazing man that made sure he covered her even when she wasn't around. So I just want to tell you, thank you for that, and just thank you for being you.
I have to be. I mean, you have to be you at the end of the day. all you got it, like you said, like you just said yourself, your character. And your character goes a long way.
It does. It does.
Mean what you say and say what you mean.
Yeah. And it's so important. It's like, don't get in these relationships and don't do this stuff or don't start a business if your character, because your character is who you are when people see you and when they don't see you. That's your character. So we can look a certain way in public, but then at home you all evil or you the biggest devil there is. Nah, that ain't cool. Like, be you in the public and not in the public. So character is such an important thing. So like I said, I always want to tell people, thank you for saying yes. You can be doing anything else on a Saturday, but you're sitting right here on the lab. And I see Tamika done came in, so I'll give shots out in between as I see people come in. But I know you told me you had an amazing testimony that you wanted to share, and I am so excited to hear it along with everyone else.
It's been an amazing journey.
Okay, how old are you? Do you mind me?
I'm 42.
Okay, you a young man. Okay.
Okay. Sometimes sometimes Brandy, I feel like I'm 62. My wife tell me I act like an old man.
Okay. Around older people.
Yes. I grew up, man. My grandmother and my mother and the uncles. You know how it is in that family household. Yeah. So you Christmas come, you got your cousins over.
Yeah.
Boy, you better get out this. You better get out this kitchen while grown folks talking. Yeah, that era.
Yeah, okay, you come from a real era. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So you got an old soul.
Yes, man. Yeah, I do.
I said, so you got an old soul.
I do, indeed.
Okay, cool.
So
is it cutting me off? Do you see me going off? I don't know where I go off.
I seen that, but then it comes back.
Okay, cool. That was some type of alarm going off. Okay, so tell us a little bit about you, and then tell us your testimony or your story that you want to share with
us. 42 years old. Just recently got married in April.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And a little story. We'll track back. Been to prison.
Okay.
Did 8 years in prison. So people look at me and they say, I can't imagine you in prison. No. That's what they tell me. Got out of prison. Still struggle. I struggle. With trying to find work, and you're a convicted felon, so everything hits different. Yeah. It hits totally.
Wow.
But I've always had this drive and this fire within me. Hey man, they telling you no. So if you keep trying, somebody gonna tell you yes. Yeah. I promise you. Like a little voice inside my head. So then I started getting jobs, but I was in a toxic relationship also.
Okay.
Like it was sort of like manipulation, a lot of manipulation going on.
Okay.
So it was like, well, I got the job, but you can tell when you know how you talk to someone and you tell them some good information or some good news, and it's like they'll tell off on themselves. They'll something short. Oh, okay. And I'm like, dang, man, hey, man, hold on, man.
Yeah, they're not really.
You see me get
happy for you.
Right, absolutely. So it got to the point to where she had kids, and if you talk, I believe in a relationship. What I do now in my marriage, we never argue around the kids. Never. That's a no-no.
That's beautiful.
If we got something that we need to address, we can talk about it amongst ourselves.
Exactly.
So, and we try to give the kids a loving, warming household. That's so important.
It's so important.
But on the other hand, fast forward back, she would say things, and so the kids would pick up on it. You know how I go. You ain't my daddy. You need to get out. And I'm like, hey man, this ain't working. This ain't cutting.
Yeah.
So I decided to leave. But what I done was I crossed my T's and dotted my I's.
Yeah.
I want to license back. I want to hit. And she said, well, whose car is that? She said, whose car is that in the driveway? It's mine. It's mine. But when you get a car, when you get license route, I was finna go. I was over it. I was done with it.
Yeah.
So I end up leaving, took off work, left the key on the table, got all my stuff, put it in my car. Had no idea where I was going.
Okay.
Slept in my car for 2 months. Nobody even knew. Brandy, nobody even knew.
Wow.
Except for a couple of people, you know. But I didn't want no help. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm a man. I'm gonna do this.
Okay, I love it.
So slept in my car, and then I went and got me like in Nashville they got little weekly rooms.
Okay.
So I did that. Stayed there for about a year.
Okay. Okay.
You know, other than working and trying to rebuild myself. And I'm along with my wife, you know, and I wasn't mentally ready to date, as they say, but it was like, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a shot. So we hit it off. I told her like my situation and my struggles, and she was so understanding, man. And my wife come from a church family.
Okay.
So it's kind of like God aligning you two, because I needed that. I needed that.
Oh my God. I'm gonna interrupt that because it's so crazy how a lot of times we meet people from different backgrounds, and
Absolutely.
it's good that you was able to appreciate that God brought this person into your life, because some people, I've been in situations, I come from a church background. My dad pastored for 40 years. He's still a bishop. My brother now has taken over the church. So like I said, I was raised in a good environment, and I spent summers with my grandmother and all that type of stuff. And I always dated the bad boys. I ain't gonna lie. I always dated the bad boys because I just wanted to show them a different life, and then they was fun. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it was just always different. But they didn't. Instead of them embracing that, you know what, God is giving me exposure to a nice family, to a nurturing woman, to a woman with old school values and morals. It was kind of like I was boring. I was too routine, too consistent, too dependable. And
they wasn't ready for what you was on. Is that safe to say?
That's safe to say, because I was listening to somebody the other day. They were saying to be married, to be in a relationship, you got to be disciplined. And if you're not able to be disciplined, then you're not going to be able to not be self-serving and, you know, put yourself on the back burner sometime. And like you said, if you came home and you told somebody good news and then you know it wasn't received, it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, babe, from where you come from, like from what you have done 8 years to come out here to society and get a job and do those things. So you need a cheerleader, you know what I'm saying? And so some people are not ready for that. So I'm so glad you found this woman and now you have that. And I would have not known you did 8 years in prison. I would not have known that. You do not look like what you've been through. And I just love your energy. Like I said, this is my first time talking to you, but you have good energy. You have a good spirit.
Yeah, it's been an amazing ride, Brandy, man. And I'm so proud of myself. Like, and that's why I love to encourage people, motivate them. If I can come from the bottom like that and come up, anybody can. But you have to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to put God first, and you need a support team behind you. So I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
It's possible. Now, were you in Nashville? Are you originally from Nashville?
I'm originally I grew up in Franklin, Tennessee.
You grew up where?
In Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah, Franklin. Yeah, I grew up in Franklin. I had a nice childhood down there, man. There was a lot of friends on Facebook from Franklin.
You know what? This devil do not want you to share your story. I do not know.
I'm
Yeah, I do not know what it is. It keeps popping up some type of calendar thing on there that I do not even have set. I don't even know what's going on with it. But every time it come, I'm gonna knock it off and keep coming off. So if you talk,
he ain't got no choice.
Right? If you talking, you just keep talking, and then
Okay.
I'll keep on coming back in. Okay, so from Franklin, Tennessee, where'd you go to high school at?
Franklin High.
Oh, Franklin High. Okay.
Yeah, Franklin High.
I don't know much about. Okay. Cool.
And then they got two schools. They got Centennial High.
Okay.
So yeah, I left Franklin in 2002.
Okay.
Moved to Antioch. Then from Antioch, I moved to a small town called Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Okay, never heard of it. Okay.
Yes, it's small. It's it's small.
Okay. So
then that's why I got in my trouble.
Oh, that's where you got in trouble at. Okay. So now, do you have any siblings or anything?
I got two brothers. I don't have no sisters, and I'm kind of glad because even if I was the older brother, I ain't going for the BS. I see it on Facebook all the time. These women, Brandy, these women out here, they lost in the sauce.
You know what? It's so many women that are not covered. And when I say covered, a lot of them, they didn't have fathers. And then if they didn't have brothers. And then I've also learned you can be married and not covered. Because if that man is not in his rightful position as a man, to respect, to honor, to love, provide, protect, then you're still not covered, because a lot of us are still in survival mode, even in relationships. I had a big brother, my big brother Billy. He was killed here in 2020 by the police department.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you, but he was my protecting brother. He would be one like, Negro, I'll go to jail for my family. He didn't care if it was brother, sister, mama, daddy. He was going. And so a lot of people don't have that relationship with a man in their life. So that's why so many women, you see them on social media, they go for anything and take anything because they don't have that good voice in their head.
Yeah. I actually it's so crazy. I got a cousin. I ain't gonna put a name out, but she know who I'm talking about. She got this dude and will not let him go for nothing. You got babies, you got little kids, and you're arguing and fighting, and it just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? You got to put that in God's hand, man.
You have to do.
It's nothing you can do. Yeah, you might be telling her the right things to do and how to do it, but clearly it's going over her head.
It's going over here. Hey, Rashida, here. And you know what? I don't even know your cousin, but I will tell you, I had a lady that one time told me that sometimes the blessing is in the downsides. Meaning, if you're used to a certain lifestyle and if you leave this situation because you know it's not good for your mental, your spirit, sometimes that blessing is in the downsides. And you would be surprised the doors and opportunities that God will give you when you get out of situations that are not for you. Because sometimes we get so stuck and so clingy to, oh, I can't do any better than this. And the devil is a lie. If you know this is not building your self-esteem, your soul, spiritually, mentally, I promise you, I left a 3,000 square foot home and built a 1,900 square foot townhome, and the peace it's priceless and it's beautiful, but it's peaceful. And so I just hope she listens to this, and I just hope you get it before it's too late, because life has so many things and so many possibilities. Look at you, 8 years. And you sitting here talking on a podcast from just doing what you do every day, just posting. So I'm just so proud of you. Like I said, I don't know you, but I love hearing. I had a guy on my show, on my radio show, he did 20 years. And now he's out, he's written a book and he's working. And I'm like, why? And he's done this in 3 years. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know you, but I'm so proud of you. So yes, I am so proud of you.
Thank you can feel the energy. I've always been the type, like, I could see somebody that I don't know from a can of paint, Brandy. I don't know them, but I can feel the energy. And I can tell that, hey, this is a knucklehead. Or I can tell that there's something wrong with this brother or sister. Maybe I need to give them like words of encouragement, or just kind of give them a little uplifting message or something, man. And that's what the world need, I believe. It's not like that no more.
It's believe. It ain't believe. You know that's what the world.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? If we was on here cussing each other out, 5,000 people would chime in. They
would.
They would chime in. They would share it. But because it's positive and uplifting, it gets out there, because God's word does not return void. So he gets his messages out there. And it might take slower, but someone will be blessed by your testimony to hear someone done 8 years, because a lot of people don't have hope. That's a lot of things. They have lost hope. And we have to know that, hey, you got to keep your hope. You got to keep your hope in God. You got to keep your faith in God. But you also have to believe in yourself also, that he gives us the activity of our limbs to have the ability to do these things. So somebody can't talk today. You're using your voice. Somebody's having to write on a pen. Somebody didn't wake up today. So I'm just so proud of you. So I have to ask, what made you know she was the one to marry? We finna get in your business.
We finna do it. We finna do it. Anything. What made me know was I didn't have nothing, Brandy. I'm sitting up here living in a ragged motel. But I know this is just temporary. I know she didn't have to do that. This woman didn't have to do that. She could have said, "Oh Lord, he ain't got nothing going on. I got to go." That woman spend the night with me every weekend. Not only spend the night. Hey, she'd say, "Go outside and get what's in the trunk." And I'm thinking there's some luggage. She bring groceries from Walmart. Take my clothes back to her place, wash them, bring them back folded. Come on now, you can't tell me that ain't God.
That's God.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that is. Now, how long did you all date before you got married?
5 years.
Okay. Wow, that is beautiful. Yeah, you don't, because she's seen something in you.
Yeah.
And I've also learned we can see things in people, but if they don't want it, then it might not ever manifest.
Facts.
So she sees that you want it better, because I could want better for you all day long. But
you know, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I was sitting in my car one night, and I would park it at the Mission. And I had a nice car. When I got out, I bought me a 2018 Dodge Challenger car. So I'm backed in the Mission. And man, I was just having a deep conversation with God, man. It was just like, man, I don't know what you got going. I don't know what you got planned for me, Lord, but I know it's going to be, I put it all in your hand. And then it was like, and I know when you get ready for me to meet a woman, I know you're going to send me, you're going to send me one that's going to uplift me. Because you know me, I'm your son, Lord. I'm your son. You know me. So I know you're going to send me what I want to help me through my journey. And he did. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And then he did it.
He did it.
Wow. And you all been married just since April this year. So you newlyweds. So how's it going so far? What are the pros? Is there any cons?
It really ain't no cons. It's just, I'm a Virgo. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn sometimes. I think men are. We just are. And it's little things. It'd be like something like, I'm getting off of work. I'm tired driving home. I'm tired. As soon as I get close to the house, it might be like, babe, I need you to stop at Target to pick up oil. Now, I won't say nothing to her, but when I hit that end button, she's going to be watching this too. When I hit that end button, I'm like, hey, God. Lord have mercy.
That's anybody.
You know,
that's anybody. That's anybody. When you get off of work, especially
you tired.
If you tired, or my daughter might call, Mama, can you do? And I'm looking like, you at the house.
Right.
But I guess in their mind, you already outside
But
Yeah.
so we both thinking like they thinking like you outside, and I'm thinking like I'm trying to get inside. So okay, so that's understandable. That's normal.
But
That's normal.
but it be even with my stepson, man. Now he's 16, finna be
Okay.
17 this month.
Okay.
And like yesterday, I got off work yesterday. He hit me with the shucks. He said I knew he was wanting something because he texted me. He said, I played basketball today. I said, good deal, man.
Yeah.
Now we got a basketball court in our complex. So I'm thinking, hey, he went down there and shot some hoops. Cool. Then the phone ring. He said, can you come pick me up? Now I just pulled in. Can you come pick me
Oh
up?
wow.
I'm over my friend Brandon's house. I said, okay, that's why he come. He was fishing. He fishing.
He was hooking you.
Yeah. Yeah. He really mean it. Yeah. Because I like basketball. So
Okay.
I always wanted him to hoop. But sometimes kids might not want to take that
Yeah,
direction.
wow. Okay. Yeah. Too funny. Okay. So what has been the pros of having a wife?
The pros is the love, compassion, and understanding and friendship.
Oh, yeah. That's
Um,
beautiful.
talk about things, man. What's on your mind? What's bothering you? How can we handle this situation? You need that, man. And then if I'm stressed, don't worry about it, baby. God got it worked
That's
out.
beautiful.
It feeds off each other. It
Mhm.
feeds off each other.
Yeah.
Relationships need that. Marriages need that.
Yeah. I think I know in my situation, it was the lack of I'm divorced now. So
Okay.
but it was the lack of respect. Because people think, oh, you only leave for cheating or you only leave for this. But no, it's like, no, when you can't have those hard conversations without being respectful or mindful. Hey, friend, I see you, girl. That's a problem because
Right.
we're going to have conflict because the goal isn't to death do us part. And so I just feel like respect is so important. So do you as a man feel like it is very important for men to have that understanding with women because we're a little bit more emotional than you are?
Absolutely. Very
Okay.
important. Very important. I'll tell you a crazy story,
Mm-hmm.
Brandy. When I first started dating my wife,
Mm-hmm.
right? She's from Virginia.
Okay.
She's not from Tennessee.
Okay.
So she moved down here on a job assignment, But I was so and man, I wish she's working. She's in church right now, but she'll be like, oh man. But she has a lot of male friends.
Okay.
I didn't know how to handle that as a man because I'm like, hey man, now I know how these dudes is. Hold on, just protection. Oh heck no.
Yeah.
And I had to really pipe that down, man. I had to, hey man, if something gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You cannot do that, man, because that's not trust. It's not trust.
Yes. And also God will reveal it. He
He
will.
will reveal it.
You don't have to go looking for it. It'll come to you. And I always said, because I always deal with people of both sexes, of opposite sex and same sex. And that was a struggle for, my relationships. Because I am outgoing, I'm friendly and all that type of stuff. But I'm like, when I'm with you, all you need to know is I'm with you. So I don't care what they have to offer. I don't care what they say. What you're not going to do, you're not going to have inappropriate conversations. Nobody going to screenshot something. I'm not meeting with somebody without you. I tell them, hey, follow me and my husband. And he ain't got nothing to do with what I do. So, that is something. But on the other end, give me the same respect.
Absolutely.
That I do. Don't make it one way. Oh, you got to know everybody in my life, but then I know nothing about your private life. So that's not cool either. Man, that's not cool.
That's not cool. No, I agree.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It's not
cool. But it's just, man, you definitely gotta have that trust, man. And I'm a like I say, I'm a Virgo. She's an Aquarius.
Okay.
I'm an introvert. Now, Brandy, I'm an introvert.
Cool. I want to know.
I'm an introvert. And she's outgoing.
Okay.
And like I say, I had to really work, man. I had to work on myself really hard because, like I say, I knew it was a gift from God. I was aware of that, but I had to tone it down. Like, hey, man, you gonna run this dang woman off. You know what I'm saying? I had to
So,
get
so
me
let me
right.
ask you, have you always been able to communicate like this, or this has been a learned behavior?
I've always been able to communicate,
Okay.
but I will say I hold a lot in. I think men in general, we do hold a lot in. But she has been the one that had me get it out, like,
Okay.
because I get quiet. When I got something bothering me. I get real quiet.
Okay.
I get, babe, what's wrong with you? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll play it off. Yeah, I'm good, man. I might even throw a old lie. I got my head hurting or something. I
Yeah.
just kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just like, yeah, man, this happened, such and such, man. I don't know how I feel about it. What is your opinion? I need your advice on it. It's communication.
I love that. She's made it a safe space for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bingo. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I agree. Sometimes women, as women, it's not always a safe space, especially if you're not good at communicating, because then we could be like, well, if you don't want to talk about it, I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not how it should be. It should mostly be like, now I know you move. My saying is, you moving different. What's going on? You moving different. What's up?
You can feel
You can
it.
feel it. Yeah, you can feel it. Then all of that. So.
Yeah.
So it's almost 2025. What is something in this year that you're like, you know what? I got to do more of this next year, or I want to focus on. Do you have a goal for 2025 yet?
Start getting ready to buy a house.
Okay, cool.
So and then I got a son in Fayetteville, Tennessee, biological. I have a better relationship with him. Like, we got a relationship, but it's really, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With that relationship,
Trust me, my oldest son, he's 27, and we're like that. People think I only got one child. I'm like, no, I have two. He was there he comes for the holidays and things like that. But yeah, we bump heads. We bump heads. And one thing I have learned, you can't change people's perception. Meaning, if they have something in their head, they feel like, hey, you doing this, you doing this. No, it's not that. Sometimes you got to give tough love. And
yeah, that's right. True.
love, it hurts. It hurts. But this world is not going to care anything about you when I'm gone.
Right.
So if you don't learn these hard principles, work, pay your bills, love the Lord, be kind, give to others. Like, if you don't take these principles and you think, well, I'm gonna just live off of you until you die. No, it doesn't work like that. So
it don't work like that.
Yeah. So sometimes you have to have those seasons of being disconnected. I went through that with my parents. I did the exact same thing with my parents. We didn't talk for a season, and now I talk to them almost every day. I call them my babies. I absolutely love them. And my dad's 85, my mom's 81. So
hey, shout out to your dad and parents, because I always see you interacting with them. He man, they in good shape.
Yeah, they both work out. Yeah. My dad goes to boot camp at his gym in Hermitage, and my mom goes to the same gym, but she does more walking. So they are, God has given them longevity. And people get mad when I say they're perfect. They're not perfect people, but they have been the perfect parents in our upbringing. And we have learned just about everything they said was right. We didn't agree with it, but everything they said kind of makes sense now as I get older.
You remember we was younger, man, and your parents would start telling you things. You're like, man, I'm ready to get out this house, man. Man, that was the biggest mistake probably I ever said. No.
Said did. I left at 17.
Wow.
I left at 17, and then I went back at 40 something. I think I went back at 40 something. But all that time I had stayed out on my own, and then I went back at 40 something, and it was the best thing. It was the best decision that I had made. Just being, my dad's a prayer, so I would wake up every morning. My dad would be in the living room praying. My mom would be in her room praying, and it was just so much love and protection, and so it was the best thing, spiritually, mentally, and financially. It was the best thing to do at that time. So I pray that in God's timing, your relationship with your son is restored. in the best way that God can have it restored. Because you don't want to rush anything. And all I do, I pray for my son every night. I pray for him more time. But sometimes I'm at work, then he crossed my mind, I'll be like, Lord bless and protect him. You promise that we're going to have everything that we need. So you say you've never seen the righteous forsaken nor seed begging bread. So he's not going to beg for bread. And that's what I have to stand on until he see fit for us to come back together again. So I got to ask you, what made you say yes to coming out here? You know me.
Back to like what I was saying earlier, man. You can just feel the energy, man. And like when people post, man, you say, hey, what I do is I say, man, you know what? She all right. I like the energy. I like the vibe. She's all right. Or even the guy, I be like, man, that brother all right, man. He done been through some things, man.
Yeah.
And the thing about me, I never give likes. It's always a heart.
Okay. Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't mind coming. I was like, man, to me, it's an honor because I love to tell people and talk to people and share my testimony about how I came up.
Yeah.
So that was right on time. That wasn't nothing but God to me, you know.
Just that I would have never known that you done 8 years in prison.
Yeah.
I would have not. Your smile, your energy, your spirit is just, and that gives you hope for other people that you do see. You know, come on. I'll be honest. Okay, transparent moment here. I dated a guy. That probably crazy thing. But no, I dated a guy before that did 20 years in prison. And I kid you not, I hadn't talked to him in a few years. He called me out the blue the other day. This week. He called me this week.
Okay.
And it was so good to hear from him. But he was like you. When he got out, he knew, like, okay, I want to do this, that. And he was a go-getter, but he was a ladies' man. So that was our problem.
Okay.
He was caught up. They was happy for him to be back. But he is doing amazing. He's been on his job for 8 years, in the process of buying a home,
Amen.
truck, just doing good for someone who done 20 years in
That's dope.
And I'm just so proud. So to hear, you know, don't give up on men because they now find out why they went to jail. I ain't fit to step here and say I'm not right. But you got somebody that's out here raping and doing something crazy, that's a little different.
That's different. That's understandable.
But if they out here hustling, trying to make some money, yeah. Because we might not have sold drugs, but we might have boosted or something else. We all got a pass, okay? And some of us just didn't get caught, and some of us did.
Right.
But just to hear you all's testimonies, to see that, you know, God is a restorer, and he said he'll give us all the time that was wasted, all the years that the anchorworms ate, he will give them back. And for you to have done 8 years and to doing what you're doing now, he is restoring all that time that you probably thought was wasted. It really wasn't wasted. It was for such a time as this.
I mean, you got, and then it's like I often have thoughts about when I was in there. I mean, which that's gonna happen.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I remember one time I was in the pod and I was sitting on the table, kind of just looking around at the atmosphere, and I told God, I said, God, if you get me out of this, if you get me out of this, I promise you, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over. I'm mentally broken. I gotta live with these dudes that I probably wouldn't say nothing to them on the street.
Okay.
So to me, it's like okay, like, you know how, like, you know, a mechanic will break down a car. He takes the motor out. He takes the transmission out. So that's what God was doing to me.
Okay.
But little did I know he was restoring the new transmission, the new motor, the new tire.
Yeah.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
Oh, that is so beautiful. You need to use that. I like that.
Yeah.
Because he gave me a new mind. My sister the other day was saying, I got a sister and she was, I say addicted. She was addicted to Panera Bread. And so her doctor told her, like, you got to leave that alone. And so she's been off of it, let's say like 7 months or something. So the other day, you know, sometimes little stuff creep up, and she went and got a smoothie, and she wasn't supposed to go get it, but when she got it, she was like, it didn't taste the same. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes God will take the taste of sin, the taste of lust, the taste of greed. He'll take things out of that desire away from you, you know, to do different. And so I said, that means you leave it alone. He don't remove the taste of that past world. So now he's removed that taste of that past world from you. You're a married man. You're gonna buy a home soon. I hope you start a podcast. You need to start a podcast. You need to just start going live and just talking. You speak so well, and you have a testimony to share, because I feel like you can reach different people that come from your background who might not. Because a lot of times everybody get on here and want to act like they got it all together. And no, we do not all have it together.
The crazy thing about that, Brandy, is when I first started Facebook, you would have deleted me. I had so many people delete because I wasn't there. Like, it was all about money, women, like just
crazy stuff.
Gangsters. Yeah. And I started noticing, and I'm like, hey man, let me see what such and such got going on. Ad friends. They got tired of it. Ad friends. They tired, they sick of it. They sick of it. And then it's just like, oh man, I gotta. And me and my cousin, we talk about this all the time. He say, cuz you reinvented yourself, man. That's what he said. He said, you reinvented yourself, man. He said, man, that's crazy. Because it's like when you grow, you get that wisdom.
You do.
You can't keep living. You cannot keep living how you live. You got to change at some point. It's just got to happen.
You can't keep making the same choices, especially when you see those choices didn't get you anywhere. And you keep doing the same thing and think you're going to get a different result. No, it doesn't.
Absolutely.
It doesn't happen that way. So now, are your parents alive? Are they around?
Oh, I talk to them every day before I go to work and after work. I talk to my mom. When I'm on the way to work, and then she'll call me back at I get off at 3 o'clock. Well, I get home by 3:30. So she'll call me on the way home every day.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. So I know I'm proud of you.
She called me by my middle name. She say, Tawan, I'm so proud of you. I am proud. And that because I almost lost her in prison.
Oh.
I almost lost my mom in prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was rough. That was rough. Imagining you can't go to the funeral or none of that. You know.
Wow. I thought that they don't let you go to your mama's funeral in jail.
No.
Shut up.
Some of them do, but it's a hard process, man.
Okay.
It's a hard process, man. You just
just stay out. Just
stay out. Stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. Go to work, make you some money, and be content with life. Just be content with life.
I was about to say, so if you had like 10 young boys, let's see, 15 to 18 sitting here listening to you, what is something you could say to inspire them about from where you come from to where you are and the choices that you made? What if you was at a speaking engagement, what would you say to these young, and I'd say black boys, what would you say to these young black boys?
Yeah. Stay focused, keep God first, listen to your parents, be mindful of the decisions that you make, because if you're not, man, it's gonna come back and haunt you in the future. So and another thing, Brandy, that's what our youth need, man. We need, because when I was coming up, we had mentors. You hardly even see that nowadays. You hardly even see it. Like it's okay to go check on a kid and see how his grades are. Take him out. Take him to the movies and just keep him positive, uplifting. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, but do you think some of it is? I guess I wonder, like, how do you reach some of them? Because some of them they don't even be bothered with that. They think you corny if you come in that way.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. I'll give you a great example. I went to the gas station like a week ago to get some gas, and it was a group of kids out there selling candy bars. Okay, young brothers, and the guy. The guy that was working inside the gas station was like, "You need to leave, get away." So here's what I told him. I said, "Man, think about it like this. At least they ain't out in the streets robbing, killing, doing all these crazy things, but you want to run them off. Let them do what they do, man. Just let them do what they do."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I hope he
And
received
what,
it.
I
Hope
said
he
it again.
received that, the store owner.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
But it's a great deal because I'm friends with one of the guy's mother on Facebook, and he ended up going to a AAU baseball
Oh,
team
wow.
traveling. See what
Wow.
I'm saying? You cannot judge a book by its cover.
Yes, yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, because I tell my sister, I don't care if they white or black. When I see a group of them at
Right.
the grocery store, I be clutching my purse. I be nervous.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. You don't know.
Nowadays you don't.
You don't know. Because sometimes you can put your guard down and every day they hit you in your head, you know, and then sometimes you sit up there and you ignore them. And that might be one that really you could impact. So
Yeah.
that is something I really hope our young boys, I hope the parents show them, like, listen to this man. He did 8 years in prison, and so he's out now. And this is steps that your children can avoid if we do find, positive role models for them to connect with and just be a part of their life.
Right. Right. Absolutely, man. That's what I'm saying. Like every day I wake up, man. First and foremost, I give thanks to God, man, because he didn't have to wake me up to even prepare myself for the day.
Yeah.
And then as I go into my drive before I call my mom,
Mm-hmm.
say a prayer for myself to pray throughout the day. If anything negative come around me, just God put the shield of armor around me and just block it out. Block it out.
Yes.
And that's a routine every
I
day.
love
Every
it.
day.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's so important to just, Lord, protect me. I'll be like, Lord, just let everybody make it to work. Keep the drunk drivers, the sleep people in their lane.
Yeah.
And I just be like, Lord, thank you. Just making it home is a blessing. Because you see,
It is, because this road rage is off the chain now.
this road,
Yeah.
I'm scared to blow the horn at people and flick them off. I used to do that back in the day. I don't do that no more.
You don't know what to expect. They crazy. You can't take slippers count. You can't take no slips.
You can't. And life is crazy, but I still got things I want to do. I got places I want to travel. Right. I got people I want to meet. And so, I just be like, I mind my business. And people probably think I'm boring. I'm routine. I'm very routine.
Hey man, that's cool, because I'd rather be boring than be out there like clubbing and partying. I can't do that no more. That
I ain't got time.
I can't do it. Nah, I can't do it. Nah, that's
first of all, I be tired.
Yeah.
I be tired, but now like every once in a while, my girlfriends, we might do like a day party, but we at home at 6 or 7 o'clock. I might do that.
Right. And that's cool.
Yeah, every once in a while, we do that twice a year, maybe
Yeah.
that. But I really enjoy being at home. I enjoy throwing small gatherings at my home. Most times it's with my family or close friends. I enjoy doing stuff like that. I love doing this. I love interviewing people and connecting with people in the social media world. I'm on the singles ministry in Mount Zion. So it's different things like that I'm learning to occupy. And I enjoy being by myself.
Hey, like I say, I'm an introvert. Even though I'm married. My wife, sometimes she'll work off the laptop upstairs, and I'll go outside. I'll go outside and just chill, man, and call my people, talk to them, my brother, and my dad, my mom, just kick it with family, and then I just sit there. I just sit there and chill, and then she might text you, babe, what you want to eat? I'm cooking this. Your plate ready, Then I'll get out of my little bubble, come on back in, do my thing with the fam,
Well, I love her because she sounds like she is a real woman. She sounds like she's a traditional woman, and that's what we need now.
Yeah,
that's what because a lot of men, they don't have that experience of a woman that cooks and clean and fix their plate and pour a drink and give them their napkins, and like that's the environment I was raised. That's what I do, So a lot of women aren't doing that. So I'm glad you're even getting to experience that. I'm glad that you appreciate it, because some people take that for granted and they think everybody out here doing that, and they're not.
Right. Yeah. And I appreciate and that's what I'm saying. It makes you so humble and grateful. Like that's a whole blessing within itself. I mean, like keep a peaceful household. in the heck, think about this, Brandon. Who in the heck want to get off work, stick that key in the door, and then there you go, boom, there you go.
No, you don't want that. You know, but I also feel like we have to be the peace too, because if a man is a rah-rah man or a woman is a rah-rah woman, and then it's like, be my peace. It's like, how can I be your peace and you bring
When you won't let
me?
Yeah.
You can't be on tennis shoes and then think you gonna get peace.
Nah, don't no woman want to hear, and I'm fair. Like, I'm fair with it. Don't no woman want to hear that. Who the heck wants to hear an argument every day? So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I just feel like we all be appreciative of what we got. It might not be perfect, but be appreciative, be respectful. I think it's important to be able to tell me what it is that you need, and it should be important for me to tell you what it is that I need. And then we work on it. No, it might not happen right overnight. Some things won't. Some things we can change just by changing.
Right.
But some things it is a process, depending on where we come from and all that type of stuff. So I can't believe it's already. I do this for an hour, and we done been on here an hour.
We just chopping it up, man. I love it.
Every week, I print questions off for my guests. Every week, I normally get to like 2 of them, and then we just have conversations. And that's
just kind of freestyle.
Just freestyle with it, because it's you can't always stay in format, because like I said, I didn't know anything about your story, and so like I said, I wouldn't have known that if we didn't sit here and talk and have that conversation. Right. So I once again, I thank you for coming on. You all make sure you all share his testimony, his story. He is somebody that you can follow on Facebook. He is a safe space. I promise you're always going to find something positive. Sometimes some things comical here and there, but some stuff is funny, but he is always so uplifting. And I'm telling you, he is a man of character. So don't be inboxing him because you think he's cute. Don't inbox him because he don't know that he's a happily married man and he don't play about his queen. And I absolutely love that for him, and I love that for her. Justin, I thank you so much again for being on here. You could have been anywhere else. And make sure you get your story out. You need to connect with churches and things like that. You really need to go and share that with the youth. You need to. You really do.
I got some things in the work that I'm working on. So,
well, if there's anything that I can help you with, you make sure you let me know. I most definitely would like to be a blessing and help you if I can. Is there anything you want to say to the people before you get out of here? Let them know how they can follow you. You got anything going on? Let us know.
You can follow me on Facebook, Justin Shelton, or Instagram, LL _2237.
Well, I'll have him inbox me that, text me that, so
I got you.
So I got you. Justin, thank you so very much again for sharing your testimony. Have a great rest of the weekend and happy holidays.
You have a blessed one. Same to you, Brandy. Thank you as well as much.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you go out. Hey, y'all. Hi, Inger. I seen you just called me, sister. I was on the live. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I hope you all enjoyed Justin. 8 years in prison. I would have never, ever known that just by his post. Like he said, Justin Shelton, I promise you, go on there and follow him on social media. He always has something positive to say on his page. Thank you all. You all Lab is on YouTube. You can catch replays on YouTube. Life After with BrandiJ. I cannot wait till next Saturday. How many of you believe in the Holy Ghost? Holy Ghost. I got my friend Lamus Alexander from Chicago. He's a minister. He's a pastor. Lamus from Chicago, Illinois. Life After the Holy Spirit. Oh my God. how the Holy Spirit can change your life. So next Saturday, you all tune in right here with your girl, BrandiJ. And I'm going to have Lamus on here, and he's going to share how the Holy Spirit changed his life and how it continues to change his life. So you all, I thank you all every Saturday right here at 11 o'clock for tuning in with your girl. I tell you all the time, I love you, but what's most important, God loves us, and that is what matters. So I thank thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I love you. Thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy this weather. It's a little cool out there. It was like 18 degrees this morning, but I got up and I worked out. And I got my butt to walking out in that cold with my hat and gloves on. So I thank you all for that. Thank you all for going. This is my first live. Hi, Mackenzie. Hey, my daughter. Hey, girl. This is my first live with my locks on lab. So I'm getting used to my locks, y'all. I'm learning to love the lock journey. It has been a process. It was just a month on Friday, on December 6th. It's been my first full 30 days, and I'm getting used to it. I'm actually liking it. So I can't wait till I go get it retwisted so I get a different style. But I am enjoying this new season, and I can't wait till December 28th. I'm going to go, I went through my pictures and I looked at each month. And so we're going to go over the year of 24, what I learned in each month. I just want to go down memory lane before we head into the new year. I got some new things starting in the new year with some of my girlfriends. And so we're excited about that. We're going to keep laugh, make sure we keep life after. So much changes after a situation, good and bad. So I tell you all the time, I love you. But God loves us, and that's what matters. So until next Saturday, you all be careful. Have a great week. Enjoy this weather. Enjoy your family. Love on the loved ones while you can, while you have time. It's your girl, BrandiJ. Don't forget YouTube. Go watch the replay. You all be blessed, and I'll see you next week in the lab.